Hello everybody, FLASHRABBIT here again in my single player Let's Play Survival World. Today we're going to build a sorting system. We're going to get all our stuff sorted, and this is the beginning of it. If you remember, what I decided to do is combine decorating the rabbit warren just at the side of the house and building the sorting system. So I dug underneath and I cleared out this room. So we're going to put the sorting system in here. I've started to put some chests in, as you can see behind me. Let's turn around and I'll show you what I've done. There's 5 banks of chests in each section, and along the top of the chest there, behind the chest, is going to be a water stream which will filter items into hoppers that are behind these chests, and then there'll be some redstone behind to make sure that the items that we want to go in these chests actually do go in there. Now, I'm not going to bore you making you watch me place hundreds and hundreds of chests. I'm going to get this done and I'll bring you back when it's completed, and then we can start putting in some redstone behind the chests. The system that I'm going to install is by Impulse SV. It's a basic item sorter. The design's been around for a while. The difference being with his system is that it has an overflow protection. So if the chests do ever get full, it's not going to break the system. Everything will go into an overflow chest so that the system continues to work. It's a really cool design and I'm looking forward to showing you. See you in a minute. Okay, so that's the chests all in place. They're all done. I've got these spruce ends to put on, of course, but apart from that, that's the chests as they will remain. I'm going to decorate this room. It's not going to stay like this. I'm just going to get all the work out of the way for the item sorter, and once that's done I can pretty it up and make it look like something worth looking at. So we've got plenty of storage here for the items that I'm going to pick up around the world, and it's going to make life so much easier having the items all sorted for me without me having to put any effort in at all, because I like it that way. Now it's time for the hoppers. Now, the hoppers have to go in a particular way because we need them to feed all of these chests, but we also need them to fill bottom to top. So we can't just chuck them on. We need to think about how this is going to be done. So we've installed the hoppers along this side. The way this works now is we've got a water stream that will run above these hoppers here, carrying the items along the sorting system that we want to sort. On the same level is a hopper that will be used as the sorting hopper, and in this hopper we'll put 4 named items. We can name them whatever we want, and the item that we want to be sorted, and what will happen, the items will flow along the water stream, come to the hopper that has their item in it and filter down into these chests, and that'll happen all the way along. Now I've got hoppers to put on this side, so I've got 51 in my inventory, so we'll just pop these on as well. The reason I'm using a water stream rather than a set of hoppers is simply because it saves iron. Obviously there's quite a few hoppers going in here, so it requires quite a lot of iron. So as much as we can save, the better, really. I'm going to take you up in a second when I've done this, and we'll have a look at the hoppers that are going to act as the filter hoppers. So here we are above the sorting system, and this is the line of hoppers that will act as the filters. So these are the hoppers that will put the items in that we want to go into each bank of chests. The ice is here just to make sure that the items flow along properly. When they come to this point, they'll just slide across, and it will just speed up the transport of the systems. Now, as I've said before, my friend Vanikan is helping me with this sorting system. He's giving me instructions of how to build it because he's a redstone genius. The sorting system itself is by a guy called Impulse SV. You'll hear me talk about him quite a lot because I absolutely love his designs. They make Minecrafting that much easier, and again, he's an absolute genius. The designs that he comes up with are absolutely fabulous. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below for you. I'd certainly recommend that you go and check him out. So what I've got to do now, I've got to put hoppers all along the back of this bank of chests. We've got to install the water system, and then we've got to do the redstone behind the hoppers that make the magic, that make this whole thing work. So I'm going to go and get some more stuff. We need some more iron, and I'll be back with you shortly. So this is how the redstone works. We've got a comparator coming out of the top hopper there, which has our filter items in it. If we have a look, you can see what's in this one. I've got 4 items that I've renamed to filler, so those items are never going to be sorted through this sorting system. And I've got the block that I want to sort into those chests. Now, this system will take the first 41 of any items that go into the hopper. And beyond that, they'll all go into the chest. So the comparator reads a signal from this hopper at the top. It sends a redstone signal. See if I can, have I got enough blocks on me? See if I can get up and show you. Yeah. So this comparator takes a signal from this hopper. It sends a redstone signal down here. It goes, charges this block, goes through the repeater, which charges this block, which turns this torch off, which unlocks the hopper. Once all the items have drained through and they've gone into the bottom hopper and into the chest, this torch will turn on again, locking that top hopper so no items can go through unless we've got, in this case, spruce logs to go in. Now I'm going to continue this all the way around. It's going to go all the way around the back there and all down the other side. So I'm going to crack on with that and I'll see you after I've done it. So all the hoppers are in place, all the redstone's done. Let me turn around and I'll show you what happens. So the items come into the system via these 3 chests here. They go into water stream along here, up an item elevator, which will bring them into this water stream, which carries them across all of the filter hoppers, which run underneath this water stream. Comes all the way around here and all the way down to the bottom there, so it covers all of the chests. So the next thing we need to do is put our items in that we want to be sorted. So what we do is we take any old block, doesn't really matter, whichever block you want, and you rename it. I've renamed this diorite filler, so I know there isn't an item called filler going to go into this item sorter to be sorted, so it's not going to break in any way, shape or form. So we need to come to our filter hopper, and we need to put in what we want to be sorted. Now in this second one here, I'm going to have to get down again. In this second one here we've got birch. So let's grab a stack of birch. We'll also grab the dark oak that we've got, and we can add those to the system. So what we do, we come along here, we put 4 fillers into the hopper there like that, and then we put the item that we want to be sorted. Now what will happen, this will start draining down, and it will drain down until it gets to 41. Just like that, and it'll keep 41 of the items. So into this hopper now will only flow birch, nothing else will go into that. So that's absolutely brilliant. That's the first one done. And the second one we do exactly the same. We put 4 of our filler blocks in and then the item that we want to be sorted. Now because there's only 36, it'll keep hold of those 36 until it gets another 5, and anything above 41 will drain through into the chests below. So what I've got to do now, I've got to go around and do this with all of the item hoppers that have been allocated at the moment. I've still not allocated some of them. The ones that I have allocated, I need to put the filler items in and the items that we want to be sorted into those banks of chests, and then that will be done. The sorter will be working, and then we've just got to concentrate on getting the items into it via this system here. So I'll do that. There's no point in you watching me put in blocker items or filler items in hoppers and whatnot. So when I've done that, I'll bring you back and we'll have a look at this input system over here. Okay, so this is the input system. Basically we've got 3 chests here, and underneath we've got 3 hoppers. These 2 hoppers are pointing into the central one, which goes into a dispenser. We've got a simple comparator clock here behind. The comparator reads a signal from the dispenser when there's something in there, shoots out a redstone signal which this repeater carries forward into these 2 bits of dust here. One goes into the repeater to charge this block, which powers the dispenser, and the signal basically loops around until everything's gone out of this dispenser. Once it's gone out, the clock stops, and that's that. So what happens at the front is the dispenser chucks out the items. I can demonstrate it for you here. It chucks out the items like that into this water stream. They go along here, over this piece of ice, down here to this point. At this point we'll have some soul sand and a bubble elevator going all the way up, which will take these items into this water stream so that they can carry around the sorting system. Very simple and very effective. So that's the item sorter all completed. We've got all the chests in, we've got all the redstone behind, the filters are all sorted out. In those filters that haven't got an item, I've just put 4 of the filler blocks, the diorite that I've renamed filler, so it'll block up the hopper, it'll lock the hopper so nothing falls into it by mistake. Slowly but surely I'll get all of these allocated. I'll replace one of the filler blocks with an item that I want to be sorted into that bank of chests, and slowly but surely it will get filled up, I'm absolutely certain. So I can demonstrate to you how this works. If we grab say 3 stacks of granite, and we'll put 1 in each chest like that, and what happens, like I showed you earlier, they get spat out by the dispenser into the water stream. They come along here, up the bubble elevator, right to the top, and then go along the top of the hoppers, and then end up in their appropriate chest. It doesn't take that long for things to get around, and it certainly takes the labour out of sorting items. It's tons better than having to do it all yourself manually. What I'm doing around the back here, I'm putting some chests, some barrels I should say, to store items that I'm not going to collect in bulk. I mean, I'm never going to have 5 double chests full of Hearts of the Sea or Ender Eyes or ink sacs. Redstone, I'm allocating all of these 4 chests because you get tons of that when you're mining. Same with coal. Nether quartz, I'm gonna do the same. I think give them 4 chests, but these sorts of things only need really one barrel. I'm not going to get any more. Just before we go back outside, I just want to show you a quick decorating tip that you might not know about, and it's just this. It's basically a block in an item frame with a torch in it, and it just makes it look as though there's a little torch holder. It just makes it look a bit more pretty. So I'll show you how to do that. So what you do is you put your item frame down, oops, then you get your block of choice. You can use any block, doesn't matter. I like stone bricks. And then once you've got your block in your frame, if you click onto the block behind the item frame like that, it just pops it in the middle of the block, and it looks like it's being held by a little holder, and I think it looks rather nice, and it goes all the way around, and the item frames just follow around. So I just think it just finishes things off nicely. Now I'm going to decorate this room. I'm not going to leave it like this. Like I said earlier, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Perhaps you could put some suggestions in the comments. What would you like to see me do with it? I think it's got to be something grand, doesn't it? It's got to be something a little bit palatial. But I don't know. I'll have a think about it in between episodes, and I'll probably do it off camera in any case and show you what I've done when you come back. I need to get rid of this. We've got Vanican and I have got plans for this room now. Once the sorter's in place, this is stage 1. We're going to attach a super smelter so that we can draw off particular items such as sand, stone, cobble into the super smelter from a central point here in the control room, which will be behind this wall somewhere. I've got to dig out 5 blocks deep under the floor here, so we're going to go 1 block, and then we're going to go 1 block under I should say, and then we're going to go 5 down, so the floor will just be a 1 block skin, and that'll be for all the redstone that is required to drag things away. There's going to be other things as well. I'll tell you about those when we're ready to put them in. I'll leave them as a bit of a surprise. Have we got let's get rid of some of this stuff. I'm just going to put this stuff away, and I'll meet you back upstairs. The next thing on the agenda is to build a villager trading hall. Now I'm going to build a trading hall designed by Logical Geek Boy. It's a zombie trading hall, so we can get super cheap trades on books. We can get everything down to 1 emerald, which is absolutely fantastic. Just while I'm passing the farm, Thomas asked me to put some lambs in here, which I did, but of course they always grow up, so I sent him a screenshot. And he also wanted some pigs, so I put pigs in there as well. Inside the barn, in the spare pen that we had, I've put llamas, because I keep getting a load of llamas from wandering traders. Not a clue how it happens, but yeah. So I'm going to install a zombie powered villager trading hall here, designed by Logical Geek Boy. I've already dug out the area, or some of the area to start with at least anyway, and it's down here. Can I get through without banging my head? Nope. Ow. Right, so this is where it's going to be. We're going to have the villager cells along here, and we're going to bring them out. We're going to bring them from the breeder over here, along here, into this room, out, and yeah, we'll put all the villagers in here. So by the end of it, once we've infected them and cured them, we'll have books for 1 emerald, which is absolutely fantastic. But for now, I'm going to say bye-bye. Thank you so much for coming along. I appreciate it every time. If you've liked the episode, please press the like button. And if you'd like to see more of my episodes, consider subscribing, because it really does help the channel out loads. And if you don't want to miss my next upload, press the bell icon and I'll be sure to let you know when I upload a video. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye!